Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your free NHL hockey previews and prediction for Saturday, January 7th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your Super Saturday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by your good friends right here at atsstats.com. Alright, let's take a look at the NHL today for Saturday, January 7th. We'll kick it off in New Jersey with the Rangers and the Devils. The Devils a 125 home favorite. The over-under listed at 5.5. ATS forecast system play going to go to New Jersey in this one. 3.2 to 2.2. The over-under at 5.47. Looking at the Devils' last game, they're coming off a 5-3 loss to the St. Louis Blues. They are now 3-7 straight up in their last 10 games. 3-7 to the under. While the Rangers won at the Bell Center 4-1 on Thursday night against the Montreal Canadiens. They are now on a 3-game win streak, 22-18 on the season, and they've won 70% of their last 10 games, going 7-3, 9-1 on the puck line. I did have New Jersey tonight at minus 196 on my value index, so they're undervalued tonight at minus 125. And for the New York Rangers, I had them at minus 118, and you're getting plus money, so you're getting a pretty good team with the Rangers on a 3-game win streak, and you're getting value. However, the chance of winning this game straight up does favor New Jersey at 58.4% compared to a very low 15.7% on the percentage play here at the Raymond Report. So thread lightly if you are looking at this game. Maybe the under is where you want to lean, as the Kogel's at 46%. Kogel stands for chance of game going under the total, and looking at our total, we have it at 5.47. Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets losing their last game to Ovi and the Washington Capitals. 6-2 was the final. The Canes in their last game lost 5-3 to the Nashville Predators. They are now on a 2-game losing streak. However, they're still 8-2 straight up in their last 10, 6-4 to the over. I had them listed at minus 220 here tonight, but you can see the bookmakers are trying to pull a quick one on you. Minus 303, that's a lot of money here against one of the, probably the worst team in the NHL, so maybe they're on to something here. 6.5 is the total, and we're going to lean with the Canes here. 3.4 to 2.8, the over-under listed here at 6.29, so we do like this game to go under the total. And looking at the Columbus Blue Jackets, the last 2 games, they're on a 2-game losing streak, and they are 1-9 straight up in their last 10. So yeah, maybe that 303 is the right number. All right, let's take a look at the original 6th matchup tonight in Toronto between the Red Wings and the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Red Wings losing last night to the Florida Panthers. 3-2 was the final. While the Toronto Maple Leafs, they want to forget the last game against the Seattle Kraken. In fact, they got thumped 5-1 on home ice against Seattle. Tonight, they're a 345 home favorite. The over-under listed there at 6.5. ATS forecast is going to go with the Buds in this one. 3.5 to 2.8. The over-under at 6.39. So we do like this game to go under the total. Both these teams coming in on a 2-game losing streak. Detroit 3-7 straight up in their last 10 games, so they're looking to get back on track. C neutral against B neutral here tonight. Neutral just means both teams are either 3-4 or 4-3 in their last 7 games. Ottawa Senators 6-4 straight up in their last 10 games, coming off a 4-0 win over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Host those same Seattle Kraken who beat the Toronto Maple Leafs 5-1 on Thursday. And tonight, the Seattle Kraken, the road favorite in this one. That's a little surprising, as I had the Ottawa Senators listed at minus 156, 18-20 on the year compared to 21-16 for Seattle. And we're going to lean with the Sens here, 3.5 to 2.5, the over-under at 6.1. So we do like this game to go under the total. A 57.2% chance of winning here for Ottawa compared to only 25% for the Seattle Kraken. But Seattle on a 3-game win streak. The Sens have won their last 2, and their last 3 games have gone under the total. Keep an eye out in the Kogel though. It's at 72%. Kogel stands for chance of game going over the total, and that's based on the law of average theory on the Raymond Report. All right, Minnesota Wild taking on the Buffalo Sabers. Now the Sabers, a home underdog here tonight. Minnesota minus 115. They're off a 5-1 win a couple nights ago against the Tampa Bay Lightning. While Buffalo, they beat the Washington Capitals 5-4. That was 3 nights ago, so they're playing on 3 days rest. They are 7-3 in their last 10, and we're going to lean with the Sabres tonight in Buffalo. 3.6 to 2.7, the over-under at 6.35. So we do like this game to go under the total. And looking at the Minnesota Wild, 22-15 on the year, 8-2 in their last 10 games, but look at the over-under. 2-7-1, and your Kogels at point flip at 49%. Montreal Canadiens, a home underdog tonight at the Bell Center. And tonight, St. Louis, a minus 154 favorite. The over-under is listed at 6.5. And we're going to lean with the Blues in here. 3.6 to 2.9, the over-under at 6.61. The chance of winning this game straight up does favor St. Louis at 64.2%. They are now on a 2-game win streak. Their last 3 games have gone over the total, while the Canadiens are riding a 7-game losing streak, probably the worst one this year. They are 1-9 in their last 10 games, 2-8 in the puck line, and we'll see if Martin St. Louis can get the Habs turned around here tonight against a streaking St. Louis Blue team who are 6-4 in the last 10 and 8-2 to the over. Colorado taking on the Edmonton Oilers in Alberta. The Edmonton Oilers a -115 favorite. The over-under at 6.5. ATS forecast system play. Gonna go with the Oilers in this one. 3.7 to 2.6. The over-under at 6.36. The Oilers coming off a 4-2 win over the Islanders in the last game, while the Avalanche, they lost to the Vancouver Canucks by the same score. And looking at the Avs, they're coming in on a 5-game losing streak. And your Kogo tonight is at 58%. And the Edmonton Oilers, just notice this, 7 of their last 10 games have gone over the total. LA Kings taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. The Golden Knights off a 5-2 win over Sidney Crosby and the Penguins, taking on the LA Kings, who lost their last game 5-2 to the Boston Bruins. And looking at the forecast here, we do like Vegas 3.7 to 2.7. The over-under at 6.48. A 58.8% chance of winning here for the Golden Knights, who are riding a 3-game win streak, compared to the LA Kings, who are 7-3 in their last 10. So they're pretty hot right now. 22-20 on the season. The Kogo tonight is at 51%. And if you look at the last 10 games for the Kings, 3-6-1 to the under. And again, your Kogo is a coin flip at 51%. Vegas on a 3-game win streak heading into tonight's game at the T-Mobile Arena. And your final game of the evening at the Shark Tank will be between the Boston Bruins and the San Jose Sharks. The Bruins a -238 favorite. The over-under at 6.5. ATS forecast system play. Gonna go with the Bees in this one. 3.8 to 3.09. The over-under at 6.89. A 71.4% chance of winning here on Boston, who are now on a 2-game win streak. They are 30-8 on the season. And looking at their last 10 games, 7-3 straight up. Item listed at -217 on the value index. The Kogo is at 30%. A bullish against C bearish, and bearish means the team is either 2-5, 1-6, or 0-7 in their last 7 games. So obviously, if you're from a betting perspective, it's one of those contrarian plays that the public will be against, but the value is there. And speaking of value, I did have the Boston Bruins listed at -217, and they are overvalued tonight at 238. All right, let's take a look at some of the stats and trends going into tonight's game. You can see when St. Louis, a road team versus an Atlantic Division opponent, the last 10 games, 8-2 to the over. And if you look at tonight's game against the New Jersey Devils as the home team versus a conference opponent during the month of January, and they're playing 3 games in 4 nights, they are 10-1 straight up in their next contest. And also, the Minnesota Wild as a road favorite on 2 days rest after a non-conference game, 12-2 straight up. And if you like the over in the Edmonton game tonight with Colorado, anytime the Colorado Avalanche are a road team as a dog versus conference opponent, the total 6.5, the over 15-2 for the Avalanche. And also for the Buffalo Sabres as a home team playing on a Saturday on 3 days rest, 9-1-1 to the over, and that goes back to 1996. And where else can you get these type of stats and trends? Only right here at atsstats.com. Let's take a look at your top 3 sports betting options tonight for Saturday, January 7th. We'll kick it off with number 3 with Edmonton -115 against Colorado. Edmonton's neutral 11 days. That means they've been 3-4, 4-3 in their last 7 games. They're playing a B-type team. Unfortunately, that's not good news for the Oilers, as they're only 43 win percentage against teams with a 50 to 59.9 win percentage. 10-12 at home this year, but we're giving them a 65.9% chance of winning on the Cal. Cal stands for a chance of winning the game straight up. St. Louis -154 against the Canadiens, who are struggling, and they are neutral 16 days. They're playing the C-type teams, and look at that, 71% against those C-type teams. Those are teams below 500, but 12-8 on the road this year, which is pretty good compared to their home record. Always amazed when some of these teams have a better away record than their home record. You would think it would be the opposite, right? Item listed at -146 and they're 154, so fair market value. If you do like the St. Louis Blues here tonight, I'm giving them a 64.2% chance of winning against the Montreal Canadiens. And your number 1 sports betting option tonight is the Ottawa Senators -105 against Seattle, neutral 18 days, and against those B-type teams this year, 43%. Not great, but we'll take it. They're on the last 3 games. I've gone under the total. They are 11-9 at home compared to 7-11. That's what I was trying to talk about right there. and we're giving them, the Ottawa Senators, a 57.2% chance of winning tonight in Ottawa. So there you have it. That is the Raymond Report NHL edition, and hopefully it helps you out and makes you get to the winner's circle tonight for Saturday, January 7th. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back shortly with another Raymond Report.